Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And as you can see from the sign there, it says, "Welcome to Ballyclare." So we're in Ballyclare Cemetery here. And you can see a few cones about the place. And the reason for those cones is because of this here. You can see the sawdust there. Obviously, a tree has brought this wall down. And they've sawed it up. So that's the damage. Of course, it was done by the big storm. And it certainly caused a lot of damage in various parts of Northern Ireland. So a few graves here I want to show you. And it certainly is a beautiful day for a Dander. I've been in this graveyard 3 times only. I've actually only discovered it recently. So this is the first grave I want to show you. Now it's quite a substantial plot. And it's the Gregg family plot. You can see a big hole there in the middle of it. But also, I would assume it must have been the storm that caused the damage there to the lettering, because a lot of the lettering of this grave is missing. And it's the same there. So I'm assuming that it was the storm done that. But I'm not too sure, to be honest. But unfortunately it limits the information that is on that grave. So I'm going to take you for a wee dander. And this graveyard here is actually quite deceiving, because when you look down from the gate, it doesn't seem all that big, but it's actually quite long. It's a brave length, so it is. Not a big lot of width to it, but it certainly is long, so it is. So the grave I'm going to show you next is actually a Commonwealth grave. And it belongs to a rifleman who was in the Royal Irish Rifles. You can see the lovely scenery there. And as you see, the graveyard's quite long. So this is the grave here. Excuse me. So this is Rifleman H. Henry. I don't know what the H is for. Possibly Horry. And he was in the Royal Irish Rifles. And he died on the 22nd of August 1916. He was aged 42, which seems quite old actually to be in the war. Most time that you find it that it's 21, 22, 25, 27, the age of people who died in the war, but this gentleman here was 42. So I'm going to take you and show you another grave, quite a substantial grave, and it's the Todd family grave. But again, you can see the beautiful scenery there, and it also gives you an idea of how long this graveyard is from the gate there. So this next grave has a nice wee sentence at the top, because it says God is love, and of course that's taken from the scripture. But this is the Todd grave, and it was erected by James Todd of Ballyclare here. in memory of his beloved son Robert James Todd, who died the 9th of February 1904, aged 16, and this is it here. So as you can see, the top there, it says God is love. Isn't that nice? Also his son Kirk Todd, he died the 1st of May 1904, aged 9 years. And his daughter Sarah Todd, she died the 5th of December 1904 again, aged 18 years. So there's 3 deaths in 1904 for James Todd's family. Robert was 16, Kirk was 9, and Sarah was 18. So that was a hard year for the Todd family of Ballyclare. And then also his son William Todd, who died on the 31st of August 1907, and he was aged only 25 years. And also his grandson Robert James Todd, who died in July 1908, aged 2. And then James Todd himself, he was born in 1853, died on the 8th of August 1933, aged 80. And he's buried here in that plot as well that I just showed you. And James married Sarah McCrae Todd on the 16th of December 1881 at Ballyclare. Sarah's buried in Kilbride Cemetery near Ballyclare. She died on the 5th of January 1918, aged 65. Don't know why they're not buried together. You would have thought that Sarah would have been buried in this plot, but she's not, for some reason. So I'm going to show you another grave. So on the left you have the Calvert Memorial, but this seems to be all one, because the right says that it's the Clayton Memorial. So obviously those two families must have been connected some way. But there's a minister buried here and a soldier. On the right hand side here it says, in remembrance of the Reverend William J. Clayton. He was a Methodist minister in Downpatrick, and he died on the 4th of September 19-something. Not sure what that is. And his wife Annie Louise Clayton died 22nd of May 1916. And their youngest son William Ernest Albert Clayton, and he was a lieutenant in the 9th Cheshire Regiment. He was seriously wounded by a shell fragment on the 13th of April 1916, and he died 9 days later, the 22nd of April 1916. He was only aged 27, and he's interred in Merville Communal Cemetery in France, and he's mentioned on the War Memorial in Downpatrick. So thanks for watching, and God bless.